this is Fred Lears of Health Products Distributors and another Creating Health Naturally video. And today I'm talking about the topic of pain relief, specifically covering a couple of different products, focusing on a product known as Warrior Mist. Let me show it to you. This is Warrior Mist. Now, this is a product that has been around for a number of years. It's actually designed by my father, Dr. Hank Lears. It is not in the HPDI Health Products Distributors label. It's in the Warrior Mist label or the Warrior Health Products label, but that's okay. We carry the product, and my father designed it, and it's one of our better selling products. Now, we carry a number of topical products for different purposes, often relating to pain. And this is our premier pain product. So this is the topical transdermal that you put on your skin to relieve pain topically. So let me just talk about the types of pain this is known to help with. It's many types. I won't cover the entire list. And some of these we hear about from our customers. Others we've already known about. It was designed for. So all different types of back pain, elbow pain, knee pain, joint pain. It even helps with bruises, including deep bruises, strains and sprains. I mean, you could theoretically even use it on pain from, say, a broken bone or something, even though that wouldn't be, what's healing it. It would help. It could help with that type of level of pain. Sports injuries, nerve pain, plantar fascitis, neck pain, and neck and muscle tension. Lots of use on muscles. And so post-surgery pain, we've heard it being used for things like sciatica, all different kinds of arthritis, from rheumatoid arthritis to osteoarthritis, even things like fibromyalgia and restless leg syndrome. So that's kind of it's a big list. It's kind of a general overview for what this product is known for, and people really, really like it. But I wanted to qualify this, and that it is a natural product, meaning it was formulated to have all natural ingredients, which I'll cover here momentarily. And so it's the type of thing where, it lasts maybe 8 hours, thereabouts, depending on the person. It could last less time than that. And then you want to reapply it, because it's not, technically, it's not a pharmaceutical product per se. However, it's our only product for pain that has actually been approved by the FDA as an over-the-counter analgesic, an external analgesic. So we went through that process, Warrior Health Products went through the process of getting that approval, and so we have it, and it's formulated for as an external pain product. So it qualifies in that sense. But when I say natural, what I mean is the ingredients are things like, well, let me just tell you what it has in it. It's got coconut oil, and it has some DMSO, which I'll cover in a second. It's got magnesium chloride, which is also known as magnesium oil. I'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. It's got lavender oil, lemon oil, olive oil, peppermint oil, distilled water, and I think that's everything. And these ingredients are really divided into two categories. Let me give you another little close-up of the Warrior Mist product. It's an interesting little label. We've had a couple different labels, and this is our current one. So in this product, there are carrier ingredients, and there are what we call functional ingredients. So the carrier ingredients are things like the olive oil. It's organic olive oil and organic coconut oil, and distilled water. And you could regard the DMSO, which is dimethyl sulfoxide, and the MSM as also carrier, or sometimes we refer to them as base ingredients. So these base ingredients are designed to carry the active, or the rather functional ingredients into the body, which is what makes it such an effective topical, because it actually gets pulled into the body. Highly effectively and rapidly. So this ensures rapid pain relief. So the functional ingredients include predominantly the peppermint oil. The peppermint oil is about a 50% menthol. So the product in general has a 6% menthol because it's not all peppermint oil, even though the peppermint oil itself is about 50% menthol. So menthol is actually the active ingredient of the product, but legally that's the active ingredient as an external analgesic. But but the list of functional ingredients in the product continues with the MSM, the magnesium oil or magnesium chloride, which is very therapeutic in itself, and the lavender oil and the lemon oil, which are both ingredients that are functional in terms of contributing to how the product works as a pain reliever. So it's actually, the list of ingredients is not really super long, and like I said, it's an all natural formula. And I just wanted to say that I use this every day, and I'm going to get a little demonstration here in a couple minutes. But I wanted to talk about some of the benefits. Now, I've covered pain up front, all the different kinds of pain that this has been reported to help and designed and formulated to relieve. It's a very effective and rapid pain reliever. But the mechanisms by which the active ingredient and the functional ingredients work together, along with the carrier ingredients or base ingredients, is that there's a reduction of inflammation. So this will go into your body when you put it on topically, and it reduces inflammation. It's a known fact. It increases blood flow, so you can expect an increase in circulation in the area, and often, say, joint injuries or muscle injuries, there's inflammation, but in some cases you really want an increased blood flow to get in there and clear out inflammation and cellular debris or whatever you want to have. Generally speaking, you want to have an increased circulation, and this product does that. It soothes sore muscles, so it's maybe that's part of the pain relief, but it's also a soother. Maybe it's the peppermint oil, the active ingredient, the menthol. It's soothing as well as pain relieving. So it's really good for athletes. Like I said, it's used for sports injuries, but athletes really benefit from this because they can get immediate pain relief. Also, other things it does is it heals minor skin irritations. So, for example, I'll use it on scratches or cuts. If I'm hiking and I get scratched up by thorns or something, it's really great for those everyday sort of minor cuts and scrapes things. It speeds the healing, and so you can expect it to be much more rapid in terms of the healing of, say, a cut or a scratch. It also contributes to tissue repair and recovery. So if you have damaged tissues, for all of the above reasons and more, it boosts tissue repair and recovery. It sort of like nourishes and gives the body what it needs to engage in that process of repair and recovery. And finally, there's the element of scar reduction. So that's not what the product necessarily was designed for, but it can, in certain cases, reduce scarring through the ingredients that it contains. So as I mentioned, the functional or the active ingredient is menthol, and that by itself, when you spray this on yourself, it comes in a spray top, and I'm going to demonstrate that. When you spray this on, you can smell it. It's this wonderful sort of peppermint odor, and it has that lavender and lemon in there, sort of uplifts, and it smells good. That's another benefit of this. It doesn't have any off type of smell, like some balms might have. So it's ideal for use in a lot of different environments, whether that be home or athletic events. It smells good, and it's uplifting. Basically, all you really need to do is give this a shake. Make sure you shake it up. Now, before you apply it, what you'll want to do is wash your hands. It contains the dimethyl sulfoxide, also known as the DMSO, which is considered to be one of the functional ingredients. One of the things that DMSO does, and it makes this product particularly effective, is it has the unique ability to pull in. There's a drawing effect. So it actually takes, the DMSO takes the active ingredient and the functional ingredients, of which it is one, and it actually has it kind of pulls all those ingredients right into right through the skin. That's why it's called transdermal. So this is a transdermal product, and which makes it highly effective. For example, if you were not to have the DMSO in there, you would still get an enormous benefit, but there wouldn't be such a penetration of tissues, which also contributes to the fact that it works so rapidly. But you want to wash your hands, because if you have anything on your hands, that DMSO might contribute to pulling it into your body. So you wouldn't want to be like touching, I don't know, detergents or chemicals or something and have that go into you. So you want to wash your hands before and then after you've applied as well. Keep your hands clean. The area should be clean and dry, so if you wanted to wash the area first, you could, but as long as the area that you're applying it to is clean and dry, you should be fine. Just make sure to wash your hands before and after. So then what you would do is you just give this a shake. So you shake it up. The ingredients do sometimes separate a little bit, but they don't really congeal. So just a quick shake should do it. Now, I do aikido, so my wrists and elbows are often taking a beating, and I can just take this with me to the studio and have it available. And if there's something happens, like my wrist gets twisted or my ankle gets pressed the wrong way or any other part of my body, I just can get this out, clean the area really quick, make sure I wash my hands, give this a good shake, and then let's say I'm working on my elbow here, okay? So let's say I strained it or I sprained it or it got pulled. What I'd like to do, what you can do is you can spray it directly on after you've shaken the bottle. You can spray it directly on and rub it in. What I kind of like to do, but I do it both ways. It's very convenient to just shake it and spray it right into your palm. So I sprayed it into my palm. I give it a couple pumps, 2-3 pumps, depending on the surface area. Could be just one pump. And then I just rub it on. And you just kind of want to get it in there. And in fact, if my elbow is really hurting, I'll rub it on like all around. I'll get it on. If my elbow, let's say this is the part that's hurting, I'll still want to make sure I get it in and around the entire area. And in a very short period of time, you should notice the pain is reducing. Now, since I don't have any actual pain today here, I'm not going to notice a pain reduction because I don't have any pain, obviously. But I can tell you from my experience and the experience that I've heard from dozens, and maybe even many more than that, people, it works highly effectively and rapidly. And so I can attest to that personally. Now, that's pretty much all there is to using Warrior Mist. Then, of course, I'd wash my hands to get it off. Unless, of course, your hand is the issue. Sometimes my hands or my fingers or something is cut or sprained in the hand, and in which case, it's on the hand and you just leave it on, unless you're going to be dealing with some type of chemicals or detergents or something like that. And I've many times just gone to sleep with it on my hands, and it helps the fingers or any parts actually overnight. But it can be used any time of day. It doesn't need to be even on for very long, and it's like I said, it might only last 8 hours. Many times, even though technically it's designed to be natural, and so it's not a powerful pharmaceutical, I will oftentimes not have another problem if I put it on an elbow or a wrist once. If the degree of injury is relatively minor, so that it's just sort of a minor thing, oftentimes that'll be enough to cut the inflammation and get in there and penetrate and take away the pain. The pain will never come back until maybe the next time I strain it or sprain it, right? So that's Warrior Mist, and like I said, I use this every day. Well, maybe not every day, but multiple times a week because of, I live in the desert and I go hiking and I do aikido. there seems to be always something going on with a scratch or a cut or a small sprain or something gets twisted. And I'm really, really glad I have this on hand because it's, like I said, it's highly effective. In the early years when I first had this, I probably only used it once or twice a week, but it's become sort of my go-to. And I wanted to show you one other thing here that I like to do. I wasn't going to talk about this product specifically in depth today. This is a video on Warrior Mist. But this is Ancient Minerals Magnesium Oil. It's magnesium chloride, and I do believe there's water in here as well. It's also known as magnesium oil because it has a sort of slick texture. But magnesium oil itself really is good for pain. And what the purpose of magnesium oil, as you might well imagine, is to get magnesium in you. And this is also a transdermal product. And so, you know, I actually had this for years before I had any Warrior Mist, and I would I would shake this up. Well, it doesn't really need to be shaken. I would just spray it on my hand or directly on an area where, like a knee or an elbow or an ankle or wherever, and it just brings the magnesium into the body very rapidly. Get a good look at this. We actually sell this in multiple sizes. The Warrior Mist only comes in this little bottle. This is the size that is sold. It's a 1 ounce bottle. 1 fluid ounce or 30 milliliters. This product comes in many different sizes, up to like a big, huge, I don't know if it's half a gallon. And we also sell flakes for use, say, in baths or foot baths. This is highly effective because it's portable. I mean, this is one of the bigger bottles, but I can transfer this into a much smaller bottle for, say, if I'm hiking. But at any rate, I want to give you a little trick tip here, because I still use this by itself. This can sting a little bit on naked skin until you're used to it. I developed a tolerance over time. And so, you know, what people will do is they'll spray this on, or they'll put it on their hand and rub it in, and then if they can't tolerate the stinging, it varies. It seems like it depends on the season or the person. You can just wipe it off with a wet washcloth when you're done, or just wash it off. But one trick that I like to do is, so let's say let's say I have a wrist issue or an elbow issue. It's a little trickier than usual. It's not really responding maybe to the Warrior Mist, which is rare, but I wanted to show you what I like to do. I like to take the Warrior Mist, and it doesn't matter which you spray in first, and spray it into my hand. Give it a couple of good sprays there. And then I take the Ancient Minerals Magnesium Oil, and I spray it right on top of it. And what you get is actually a kind of exothermic reaction where it actually warms up. This is a well-known type of chemical reaction, but it's really, and so it's blending, but what is really nice about it is, and I can feel it right now, it warms up. It's really nice in the winter. You can put this right on your, say, your wrist, and it really has a really nice warming sensation, and it combines the ingredients, the magnesium. You get a lot of magnesium in the magnesium, Ancient Minerals Magnesium Oil. But do recall, there's actually magnesium chloride in the Warrior Mist already. It's just a smaller quantity. So you're going to be getting your magnesium chloride, if you take either one of these products. So there it is. I'm putting it on my wrist. It's penetrating nicely. I can sort of feel a little bit of slickness due to the Ancient Minerals Magnesium Oil. But the other benefit of combining these two products is that you avoid some of that, some of the sting or the maybe slight discomfort that you might get from the magnesium oil if you had used it straight, because you remember there's coconut oil and olive oil and lemon oil and lavender oil and other ingredients in the Warrior Mist, and it's sort of, when you've blended it up in your hand and you put it on, sort of that tendency to have some slight skin irritation or slight stinging due to the concentration of the magnesium chloride just goes away. So that's kind of a little tip I wanted to share with you today. So, and another way of using the Warrior Mist. Now, just a couple little things more. This is for external use only, so you don't want to be drinking this or spraying it in your mouth or up your nose or, or in your eyes. Certainly not in your eyes. Just a tip, because you don't want to. That's not really what you want to be doing. It's for external use only as an analgesic. So I love this product. We have so many customers who've written us over the years and told us how much they like this and how effective it is for them. And it's natural, and it's been designed by my father, Hank Lears, who has a knack for designing highly effective natural products. If you liked this video, go ahead and give this a thumbs up on YouTube. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel. You may also enjoy subscribing to our monthly newsletter at www.integratedhealth.com, where you'll find all of our products, including Warrior Mist. Until next time, this is Fred Lears and another Creating Health Naturally video.